CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. See all 2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast 118. See a compilation of all 2017 rocket launch operations from the Space Coast. Emery Kelly, Florida. TODAY1 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches from Cape Canaveral, nails a landing. 059 SpaceX Success E launched from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on a mission to the International Space Station on Friday. Dec. 15, 2017. The first stage landed at Landing Zone 1 shortly after. 2 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Watch SpaceX launch and land its Falcon 9 rocket. 039 Watch SpaceX launch its Falcon 9 rocket from Kennedy Space Center with a Korean communications satellite and land the first stage on the Of Course I Still Love You drone ship. 3 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Atlas V rocket launches from Cape Canaveral with Secret Satellite 109 and Atlas V rocket blasts off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station with a secret National Reconnaissance Office satellite on Sunday, October 15, 2017. 4 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 from KSC, nails a landing. 043 SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket from Kennedy Space Center on Wednesday, October 11, 2017 and landed the first stage on a drone ship shortly after. 5 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX lands Falcon 9 on X-37B Mini Shuttle mission. 054 SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket with a secretive X-37B Mini Shuttle on Thursday, Sept. 7, 2017, and successfully landed the first stage at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. 6 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Minotaur IV rocket launches from Cape. 045 Orbital ATK's Minotaur IV, making its first launch from Florida, shot from Long Dormant Launch Complex 46 at 2:04 a.m. Posted August 26, 2017 Orbital ATK video. 7 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Atlas V rocket launches from Cape with NASA Satellite 158. A United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket launched from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station Friday with NASA's newest communications satellite. Posted Friday, August 18, 2017. 8 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches from KSC, lands at Cape. 059 A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launched from Kennedy Space Center and landed at nearby Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on Monday, August 14, 2017. 9 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Video SpaceX launches Falcon 9 on third try. 159 A Falcon 9 rocket blasted off from Kennedy Space Center at 7:38 p.m. Wednesday, July 5, 2017, the company's third attempt after 2 previous technical scrubs. 10 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches from KSC, lands on drone ship. 051 A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket successfully launched from Kennedy Space Center on Friday, June 23, 2017 with the Bulgaria Sat-1 communications satellite. The first stage then landed on a drone ship off the coast of Florida. 11 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 from KSC, lands at Cape. 058 SpaceX successfully launched its Falcon 9 rocket on a mission to the International Space Station and landed the first stage at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station shortly after on Saturday, June 3, 2017. 12 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches satellite size of a double-decker bus. 035 SpaceX Falcon 9 launch included a 13,500-pound satellite that's close to the size of a double-decker bus. USA TODAY 13 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 from KSC, nails landing. 102 SpaceX launched a classified National Reconnaissance Office payload from Kennedy Space Center Monday morning and successfully landed the first stage of its Falcon 9 rocket. 14 of 20 CLOSE-2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Atlas V rocket blasts off on mission with Cygnus spacecraft 100 and Atlas V rocket blasts off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on Tuesday, April 18, 2017 with a Cygnus spacecraft for the International Space Station. 15 of 20CLO SE2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches, lands flight-proven Falcon 9144 in a historic first for the company and the industry. SpaceX launched and landed a flight-proven, or refurbished, Falcon 9 rocket from Kennedy Space Center. 16 of 20CLO SE2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Delta IV rocket launches from Cape Canaveral. 201A Delta IV rocket carrying the military's WGS-9 satellite blasted off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on Saturday, March 18, 2017. 17 of 20CLO SE2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launches from Kennedy Space Center. 158 SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket blasts off from Kennedy Space Center with the EchoStar 23 communications satellite on Thursday, March 16, 2017. 18 of 20CLO SE2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Falcon 9 blasts off from KSC, lands at Cape 108A. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket Success E blasted off from Kennedy Space Center's historic Pad 39A on Sunday, Feb. 19, 2017. The first stage returned for a successful landing in Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. 19 of 20CLO SE2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. Atlas V rocket blasts off with missile detection satellite. 135 and Atlas V rocket blasts off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station with the SBIRS missile detection satellite on Friday, Jan. 20, 2017. 20 of 20 last video. Next video. See all 2017 rocket launches from the Space Coast. SpaceX launches from Cape Canaveral, nails the landing. Watch SpaceX launch and land its Falcon 9 rocket. Atlas V rocket launches from Cape Canaveral with secret satellites. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 from KSC, nails the landing. SpaceX launches, lands Falcon 9 on X-37B mini shuttle mission. Minotaur IV rocket launches from Cape. Atlas V rocket launches from Cape with NASA satellites. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches from KSC, lands at Cape. Video. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 on third try. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches from KSC, lands on drone ship. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 from KSC, lands at Cape. SpaceX launches satellite size of a double-decker bus. SpaceX launches Falcon 9 from KSC, nails landing. Atlas V rocket blasts off on mission with Cygnus spacecraft. SpaceX launches, lands flight-proven Falcon 9. Delta IV rocket launches from Cape Canaveral. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launches from Kennedy Space Center. Falcon 9 blasts off from KSC, lands at Cape. Atlas V rocket blasts off with missile detection satellite. A military satellite was scheduled to be hoisted atop an Atlas V rocket Thursday morning in preparation for launch a week later from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. The missile warning satellite is targeting liftoff from Launch Complex 41 at 7:52 p.m. next Thursday, Jan. 18, part of the Air Force's Space-Based Infrared System, or SBIRS. The spacecraft will be the fourth placed in a high geosynchronous orbit more than 22,000 miles above the equator. The launch comes almost exactly a year after ULA and the Air Force delivered the system's third spacecraft to orbit on Jan. 20, 2017, the Air Force said the fourth satellite, referred to as SBIRS GEO Flight 4, was enclosed inside the rocket's nose cone Tuesday in an Astrotech Space Operations High Bay in Titusville. That event was a significant milestone in GEO Flight 4's launch process as it marks the satellite's completion of all major testing milestones prior to launch, the Air Force said. The roughly 10,000-pound satellite built by Lockheed Martin was to be transported to Launch Complex 41 Thursday and attached to the Atlas V inside a processing tower called the Vertical Integration Facility. While the work is in progress, ULA crews across the country will be preparing a Delta IV rocket to launch a classified National Reconnaissance Office mission from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California at 4 p.m. Est. Weather scrubbed the mission's first countdown on Wednesday. Contact Dean at 3,212,423,668 at floridattoday.com. And follow her on Twitter at @flatterday_jdean and on Facebook at https://www.facebook.com/flametrench. Reader, share this story http://on.flatterday.com to ndpojr.